Permanent ceasefire, and we failed. The permanent ceasefire is usually, according to a military understanding, means cessation, stopping fighting, which is cessation of the geographical scope. That is the area in which you are to apply the permanent ceasefire. This to the rebels, they say South Sudan as a whole is a geographical scope in which you would apply the permanent ceasefire. This is definitely against all forms of permanent ceasefire that are and principles of permanent ceasefire which usually apply all over the world. The other issue which came up, as you might have known, the rebels are demanding all the time that the report of the inquiry of the inquiry report of the Obasanjo report should be released. This is, of course, absurd because this body was not set up by us. It was set up by the African Union Peace and Security Council, and it is the body which received the document. That was also an area of disagreement, and we went also to another point, that is on the wealth sharing. The wealth sharing that came up with them, they came up with a wealth sharing formula of 30% to the national government, 30% to the oil producing state, 15% to the counties, and 15% to the counties, and then 5% to the stabilization account, and then 5% to the generations fund.
Future generation?
Yes. Now, these allocations were haphazardly done. They were not based on any scientific research, and so we asked them to give us the justification for these figures. They could not do it, so our position is that there is no way you would go in and talk of wealth sharing at a time when you have to conduct thorough scientific research. Now, even the debts which we incurred, we even incurred debts before they could rebel. When they were in the government, they know what happened when they decided to shut down our oil. And as such, there is no way we would report to them, but we will report to the appropriate authorities when time comes. Well, of course, we have the current National Constitutional Review Commission. The position of the rebels is that this National Constitutional Review Commission should be dissolved and a new National Constitutional Review Commission should be established. Our position is that you don't need to talk of establishment at a time when there is already an existing institution. The rebels are of opinion that the national legislature should be dissolved. They are saying after presenting the agreement to them and they adopted, the National Legislative Assembly and the Council of States will be dissolved and reconstituted in accordance with the percentages that will be agreed upon. That is, after adopting the agreement, they will have to be sent home. We have already agreed that the National Legislative Assembly will be 400, so they are saying these 400 will now be divided according to the percentages, and the same thing with the Council of States, which they are proposing to be increased to 105. These institutions or these houses, two branches of the legislature, will be dissolved. They will be distributed according the figures. The seats will be distributed according to the ratios that are not yet agreed, and then each and every one will go and hunt for his representatives who will come and fill these seats. This is, of course, unacceptable. Our position as a government is